Hello my beauties, how are we all doing? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about Sephora and the VIB sale and the VIB Rouge sale, and I'm going to be sharing with you guys like some of the items that I have in my cart as we speak, and then I'll give you guys a few of my holy grail like recommendations in almost pretty much every category of makeup. I actually have a huge list to share with you guys, so I'm gonna try to kind of go through the items pretty quickly. As you guys can see, there's a ton of palettes that I'm trying to just go through and decrease the amount because it's crazy. I don't use them all and I rather just kind of donate them or share them with you guys. And so that's one of the projects I have been doing and one of the reasons I haven't uploaded on Friday and Saturday again. And so I do want to apologize for that. I also cut my bangs so they're a little bit shorter because they were getting out of control as well. Now I do have a few more updates for you guys. As for like health and working out, I am getting back in the gym routine. I actually am doing a 72-hour liquid cleanse, so I am halfway done with it. I have about a day and a half left to go. I am feeling great. I am pretty much just smoothing and juicing and having a glass of water with a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, and it's actually the most disgusting thing ever, but I needed this cleanse. I've been breaking out like quite a bit. I don't know if you guys can see on camera, but it's been really bad because I've been eating out like a ton lately in the past like month or so. I kind of stopped my working out routine, and so all that kind of has caused me to like get a lot of breakouts, especially like around my mouth and a little bit on my chin. I know like the main three factors of why my skin stops being clear, and usually it's either, you know, junk food and unhealthy eating or too much sugar, I haven't been working out, or I just get really dehydrated, so not enough water intake. And I feel like in the past month or so, it's kind of been the combination of those three kind of on and off. And so I'm really trying to get back into the routine. I'm really trying to focus on healthy eating and nutrition just so like my skin gets the most out of it. And I'm drinking a ton of water now, and so hopefully my skin kind of clears up. That's mainly my goal for that cleanse, for that 72-hour cleanse, and then hopefully, you know, things will get better and I will get back on track. And the only other thing I really wanted to share with you guys is I went to the movies with my family yesterday, and I went to see Ant-Man and the Wasp, and it is such a great movie. I definitely recommend it to you guys. It's very funny, it's very kind of action filled and really kind of like kind of sciencey. I really loved it. I really did enjoy it. It was a great movie. So if you haven't seen it, I would definitely recommend you guys check it out. And let's just go ahead and jump into this video. Alright, so I'm going to try to focus to kind of go over these things pretty quickly for you guys, just so you guys don't get bored. First thing I'm going to do is share with you guys what I added personally in my Sephora cart, and I try to kind of just add things to my cart, and if I can have enough patience just to let them sit there for like a day or two, just so I kind of contemplate on whether or not I really need it. And that kind of gives me time to really purchase the things that I really want to purchase. And so let's go ahead and go through my Sephora cart. I know I just did a Sephora haul, but you know what? I can't miss out on the sale. It's 20% off for the most part, and I will have more of the details listed down below. So if you guys want to check it out, I definitely advise you to, because this is the great time to, you know, splurge on some things that maybe you wanted to buy or didn't get a chance to buy earlier. And so these are the items that are in my cart as of right now. So the first thing is the Tarte primer. This is the Clean Slate primer. I am literally hitting the bottom and almost running out, and so I definitely need to pick up one of these. I feel like this is my favorite pore filling primer at the moment, and it has been my favorite pore filling primer for the past few months. If you watch my videos, I probably have mentioned it at least once or twice before. And I don't really use a lot of hydrating primers just because I always do moisturize before I apply my primer, and I do have bigger pores like in the T-zone and right here by my nose. So I do usually just moisturize my face and then apply a pore filling primer before I apply any foundations. And so that is my favorite primer. I absolutely love it. It has like the perfect consistency. It makes your skin look so flawless, and it just fills in the pores, and I really do enjoy it. The next thing that's in my cart is the Brow Contour Pro from Benefit. I'll put a picture right here. It's kind of like a brow pencil, but it has like the little old school kind of clickers. So you have different shades of the brow pencil all in one. So I'm really excited to use it. It is pretty pricey, but you know, that's why I'm trying to get it on the sale. And my other like favorite brow product is the Benefit Goof Proof Brow Pencil. So if the formulas match, it could be a really great item. Next thing I added into my cart is the Briogeo Superfood dual pack. It has a conditioner and a shampoo. It's like with matcha and apple. I'll also insert pictures here just so you guys can see. It looked really interesting, and I do like to try different like hair products every now and then. And this brand overall is known for really natural, good ingredients like in their hair care products. So I have that in my cart. Next thing, I have the Tarte Creaseless Concealer. I've been wanting to try this one, and I just haven't had a chance to purchase it. Last time I was at Sephora, it was already sold out, so I only noted like what shade I am so I can order it online. And so now the time has came where I can actually purchase it. I love the Tarte Shape Tape. That is one of my absolute favorite concealers, and I really wanted to try the creaseless one because I feel like when I test swatched it in Sephora, it had a really great formula. It was really opaque and really creamy, and I know Emily Noel talked about it, so I really want to try it out. And then the other two things in my cart are eyeshadow palettes, the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina palette. I'm kind of still debating whether or not I should purchase it, but it's sitting there in my cart. It looks really beautiful. It has really nice shades, and I know the pigmentation is going to be there for sure. And the other palette is the Natasha Denona Camo palette. I am by far like 100% going to purchase that one because I love her formula. I love her shadows. Those are actually some of the recommendations I'm going to be recommending to you guys from like eyeshadow palettes are hers. She has a great formula and really great, amazing like pigmentation in her shadows. And so that's one of the palettes I'm really excited about because it's another kind of like day-to-day eyeshadow palette with a lot of neutral, beautiful colors. And the last thing in my cart is the Prada Luna Rosa Sport. That's what the perfume is called that I was literally searching for. That kind of isn't a perfume but a cologne, but it smells so amazing. I am gonna purchase it. I decided I'm gonna go ahead and use it either way because it smells so amazing regardless whether or not it's for guys or females. I really want to get it. And the only other perfume I can recommend that I just purchased is the Carolina Herrera Good Girl perfume. Besides the awesome bottle, you guys, it smells so amazing. I've been through maybe like this much so far because I use it on a daily, like 2 sprays every single day, and I just love it. I still haven't gotten bored of it, which is a really good sign. And so those are the things in my cart sitting there as of right now. I am gonna go ahead probably and check out the second I make this video. Now, if you guys have any recommendations of your holy grail items that you think I might enjoy, please let me know in the comments down below because I would love to try out new products. Alright, but let's go ahead and continue. So now I'm gonna kind of just go down my list of things that I would recommend, things that are holy grail items for me, things that I just absolutely love in formula or the function of it, and I just really like these items, and I do use most of these on like a daily basis and are really helpful, really good formulas, like I just said, pigmented, whatever. I'm gonna kind of go ahead and recommend you guys some items from Sephora that I almost can't find like a really good dupe for at the store maybe at times, and so I just really wanted to share these items with you guys. And so let's go ahead and jump into it. So the first thing that's on my list that was also in my cart is the Tarte Clean Slate Primer. I just absolutely love it. Not gonna talk about it anymore, but I do recommend it, especially if you guys have like bigger pore areas. It's just a great pore filler, and so that's number one. Number two, for foundations, I don't really have like an absolute holy grail foundation from Sephora. There's a couple that I kind of bounce around back and forth with. I do believe that drugstore has great foundations that are much more affordable, so that's kind of what I lean towards when I do my makeup. And moving on to like powders, same thing, like I'm testing out a bunch of like drugstore translucent setting powders right now, and some of them are really great that match up to like the really high-end quality. So the only other like a translucent setting powder that I could kind of recommend is maybe the Laura Mercier if you guys do want to splurge on like a higher end powder, that'd be a great one. Moving on to other powders, like I said, I'm gonna kind of ramble on and kind of go quickly through these items because there is a whole list and I don't want this video to be like a million hours long. And so the next powder product that I think is super duper worth it is the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. This is the contour palette. It has amazing like contour, bronze shades, a couple lightening shades like under the eyes. I really do like the formula of these shadows, and this is a palette that I usually use on a daily, so I would definitely recommend that if you guys are looking for something to kind of contour your face with. Now as for bronzers, I like the Marc Jacob bronzers, but on a daily I do tend to use my Hoola bronzer. I really do enjoy the formula, and this is like a perfect shade for me. I also like their blushes, and speaking of blushes, I have two from Makeup Forever that are really nice peachy shades that I do enjoy. But I feel like for blushes especially, Drugstore has a phenomenal selection of really great blushes, so I kind of lean towards having Drugstore blushes just because I don't feel like I should be spending a lot of money on things that I can get at the drugstore that are just as great. Moving on for highlighters, honestly, there's a lot of really good highlighters that are at Sephora, but one of my favorites would probably be Becca Formula. Opal is my favorite shade of all time. It's absolutely stunning. It's a perfect shade for my skin tone, and her just formula overall is just beautiful, and she does have a really great range of like colors in her highlighters, so I would maybe suggest checking those out. Alright, so I think that's it for like the base on the face. So the next thing is maybe like eyes. So mascara, my favorite one is They're Real by Benefit. This is what it looks like. That's actually what I have on my eyes today. I don't have any false lashes on, and this is the mascara that I can always count on. It has more of like a spiky wand, but it always gives me length over anything else, and it doesn't make them like sticky or spidery looking, and I look for length. I know some people look for volume, some people look for curl. I feel like this has like a perfect balance of all three of those things, and it gives me a lot of length because length is something that I look forward to because I do have like a large space between my eyebrow and my eye, and so like if a mascara can give me length and kind of not smear and give me a really nice curl or keep my curl, that's the mascara I really do enjoy, and this has been my favorite for quite some time, so that's one that I would definitely recommend. Now moving on to eye pencils or eyeliners. Now for pencil liners, I definitely would recommend Makeup Forever Aqua liners. These are just so smooth and so pigmented. They don't smudge. Look how pigmented that black is. Like, they're absolutely amazing. They're soft, and this is something that you can put in your waterline. It's gonna not move. It's gonna stay put. They're really pigmented, really easy to apply. Second favorite, or not even like second in that order specifically, but another liner that I absolutely love are the Marc Jacob liners. These are kind of multi-purpose, so you can use them on the eye or on the lip, and these are so creamy and they are literally budge proof. The formula is phenomenal. I absolutely love it. And then also the Urban Decay 24 Hours Glide Pencils. These are really nice too, and they have a different variety of colors. Marc Jacob has really amazing colors as well. I like this one. I like the cobalt blue one that he has, and so those are some that I would recommend. Makeup Forever has also like released like new lip liners that are really nice, but the Aqua XL liners I feel like are by far some of my favorite. As for a liquid liner, probably most of you guys already know what I'm gonna say, is the Kat Von D Trooper Tattoo Liner, and this one is the one with the brush tip. I absolutely love it. I wear it every time I wear liquid liner. This is the thing I reach for. I have many others, but I don't really like felt tips, and this is my favorite like brush tip liner, period. Now, before I move to eyeshadow palettes, which is some of my favorite like products to talk about, I really debated on my favorite or the best lip products or lipsticks from Sephora, and I actually decided not to talk about any colored lip products from Sephora just because there are so many amazing drugstore like variations and options now, from Colourpop to you know, Maybelline has amazing Super Stay liquid lips, to to, I don't know, Milani has amazing lipsticks. There's so many great options at the drugstore that the only 3 things I'm going to talk about in regards to lip products from Sephora are like lip treatments and lip masks. This first one is the Laneige sleeping mask. This is absolutely amazing. It smells like strawberries. It makes your lips super like moisturized, and you can literally feel the hydration when I wake up in the morning. Like, I feel that my lips are a little bit more hydrated than they were, and I really like the way this smells and applies, so this is something I would recommend. Now, the 2 other things that I use for my lips are from VIB Beauty. This is the agave mask, which I almost use like a regular lip balm when my lips are really chapped. I love it. They have 3 different colors. I think they have a red, a pink, and then a clear. I like the clear one and then maybe the red one. I don't really like the pearly pink as much, but it's just so great and hydrating and really like almost nourishing for your lips. And then same thing with the agave lip balm. This is definitely one of my favorite high-end lip balms. If I had to pick, there's a lot of great options from the drugstore, but if I had to pick, this would be something that I would like gravitate towards and I do really enjoy. And VIB Beauty in general has some of my favorite probably lip products anyway, like regular lipsticks, so I really do like their brand. And so I think I just went through pretty much everything except eyeshadow palettes. Oh, and then also Urban Decay setting spray. That's a must for me. I can't finish my makeup or do my makeup, especially if I'm, you know, going out or doing something without setting my makeup with the Urban Decay setting spray. I do also like the Scandinavia setting sprays, but that's not a Sephora brand, but those 2 I feel like are my favorite. Now, the only other thing I can think of is face tonics or like cleansing micellar waters. I really love Origins, the brand Origins for those. I have had a couple of these. And I even have an empty one in my empties just because I really do like these, and I feel like it's a great purifying step in your makeup removing routine that clarifies your skin and kind of, you know, extra cleanses your face after, you know, using and having makeup on for all day. Alright, so now let's go ahead and get into my favorite like makeup products, which are eyeshadow palettes. I'm gonna just talk about like the main brands and the main palettes that I feel like are really worth getting. Maybe are not brand new releases, but are really good quality, very pigmented, are really blendable, and I really do enjoy. And so the first stack, any pretty much eyeshadow palette from hers I would recommend are the Natasha Denona shadows. Now, this is the newest addition to my collection, the Lila Mini Palette. I just did a look like a video or 2 ago with this palette. It's absolutely amazing. I love the combination of the purple and the blue. So this is a definite great purchase. Then we have the Tropic Palette, which is a little bit more on the colorful side and a little bit, you know, it has a neutral vibe and then it has a few pops of color, which I have been enjoying. I wouldn't say this one is my favorite of hers, but I do really like the different, you know, colors that she puts out and the different combination of colors you can really arrange in her palettes. One that's really nice also is the Lila palette, the original one with all the beautiful like shimmers. Then we have the original Sunset palette by her, and it has a lot of yellows, golds, oranges, and I really do like this palette as well. I have came out with some really beautiful looks. Then we have Natasha Denona Star palette, which I think this is one of my favorites of hers just because it's an everyday type of palette. I have gotten a ton of use out of this palette, and I feel like that's why it's one of my favorite palettes of hers, just because you can do so many different variations of looks for like a day-to-day, which I personally need. You know, every time I get ready for work, I just pop a little bit of crease shade, then a little bit of shimmer on the lid, and I'm good to go. They're so pigmented, so beautiful. And then also there's 2 other biggest palettes that she has. One is the purple and blue palette, and then she also has a brown and green palette. And this combination of colors, once again, I absolutely adore. I've had so much fun playing around with these palettes. I can't even tell you guys. So Natasha Denona definitely has some palettes that are amazing. Now, I went through all my eyeshadow palettes, literally all of them, every single one, and I was like, what few palettes are my absolute like holy grails that aren't maybe as, you know, pricey as the Natasha Denona ones, but are really, you know, really great quality and are really nice and blendable, and that I do use a lot or I have gotten a lot of use out of, and these are the three that are like my definite holy grails because I keep these on my vanity at all time. The first one is the Tartelette in Blue palette. I feel like this is a necessity palette for every single person that enjoys makeup, because it's the most beautiful neutral palette, and you can just create such a beautiful neutral eye, and I just love the quality of these shadows, and this is one of my absolute favorite like neutral palettes by far. Then I also have literally loved this palette so much and have gotten so many different looks from this, and this is the Pretty Vulgar Rising Phoenix palette, and this is what it looks like on the inside. It has a mirror. This is what it looks like in the front. Besides the cute, super cute packaging, the colors in here are just stunning. They are so pigmented. They are so creamy and buttery and not flaky, and I don't know, I just can't say enough about this palette. This palette is definitely in my top 10 favorite palettes, eyeshadow palettes of all times, and I have swatched pretty much like every eyeshadow that's out there, especially in Sephora, because I'm a huge swatcher. I will literally go to Sephora on a weekend and just like play around with eyeshadows, and this one has never disappointed me. It has a really nice pop of purple. It has a lot of like really nice neutral mattes. It has really beautiful highlights, and it has a couple darker colors to kind of smoke any look. I love this palette. This is like, whew, this is definitely one of my favorites, and I just can't say enough because I get so excited about it. And then the last like neutral matte palette that is one of my favorite neutral matte palettes, if that makes any sense, is the Viseart. This is the Neutral Mattes 01. This is just a plain matte eyeshadow palette, but I feel like Viseart has amazing, really creamy matte formulas, and I almost think that mattes are harder to make than shimmers just because they have to be buttery and smooth and not patchy, and they definitely achieve that with this palette. So that's actually what I have on my eyes today. If you guys can see, I have a little bit of these in the crease. I have this peach one all over the lid. I used just a little bit of this combination of these two for like in the crease, and I just really like how nice of a natural look this palette gives me. So this is definitely another thing, holy grail palette that I would recommend to you guys. And the last but not least like eyeshadow product that I would definitely recommend for you guys to check out if you haven't, or if you were thinking about it, I'm gonna convince you over the line to go ahead and try these out. These are the Stila Magnificent Glitters, and these are just phenomenal. So one of my favorite shades is Smoldering Satin. Then we have Kitten Karma, and then Into the Blue is really beautiful too. So this is Smoldering Satin. This is what that one looks like, and it's just so reflective and so beautiful. I think if I had to pick one shade, it'd be Smoldering Satin. Then you have Kitten Karma, and this is the more popular shade. It's a little bit on the peachier side, and this is with one swatch, you guys. Do you guys see that? It's like the best liquid glitter like on the market right now by far. Colourpop is trying to come out with a few of their like supernova shadows that are really similar to these, but I feel like these are the original best quality ever. And this is the last one. This is the Into the Blue. But these are like one swatches, you guys, like one time, and then like it's on your eyes, it sets, it doesn't really flake. You can use a primer with it, or like a, not a primer, but a glitter glue, which I think helps. Some people have said that like it flakes off by the end of the night. I haven't had that issue because I don't really apply like a really thick layer of them, and I just love these. Like these are just absolutely amazing. And so that is it. That is it, you guys. Those are all my recommendations of my favorite products, and I have tested so many beauty products, it's not even funny, and I love to do it. I love to go through things, swatch, play around with, test, and these are some of my recommendations. And so I would love to know what your guys' recommendations are and what you guys have purchased at Sephora. If you have bought anything, I am so excited because I have a Colourpop giveaway for you guys in the comments down below. I also have a Wishlist giveaway, which is also going to be linked down below. I'm literally running on almost 40 minutes of a video, so this is gonna be quite a challenge to edit, but that's okay. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I really hoped I helped you guys a little bit if you guys were planning on purchasing anything, and that'd be it for today. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I will see you guys in my next video. I am doing an Ipsy unbagging next, so definitely stay tuned. I am sending you guys lots of love from me to you. Stay happy, stay positive, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Lots of love. Bye. Mwah.